Hey, what is up guys? Welcome to Thomann's Guitars and Basses, and in this week's of Pedal Therapy we're checking out the brand new Orange lineup. Hey, what is up everybody? My name is Guillaume, this is Thoman's Guitars and Basses, and I hope you're having a beautiful day today. Welcome to this episode of Pedal Therapy, the show where I try pedals and we leave the cameras rolling just in case something cool happens. And yeah, this week we've got the brand new Orange lineup. Orange recently brought back pedals that they used to make in the early and mid-70s. Namely 3 pedals: Distortion, Sustain and Phaser. Distortion distorts, Sustain sustains, and Phaser phases. It's right there on the box. Super retro design, really big boxes, like really durable, big pedals, and super easy to manipulate, super easy controls, very accessible, and kind of very classic sounds as well, although with a bit of a twist. And I'll start with that on the distortion pedal that you heard in the intro. It is typically Orange in the frequency response. So Orange have that very sharp sort of higher mid-range, but at the same time it's really like, and when I say that I mean Orange amplifiers. So if you're a fan of Orange amplifiers, you are going to like that pedal for sure, because it is a very amp-like type of box. That being said, it's still very raw. So it's not your super modern, super tight distortion, or it goes from overdrive, as you see on the pedal, as I had it in the intro, was quite gainy, like that was almost 3/4 of the depth control, which controls the gain. Don't ask me why, it's like how deep the gain is, maybe. So quite a bit of gain on tap. That being said, you can also just roll it back and enjoy like a fairly sweet overdrive and very natural sounding overdrive. So I'll take the gain back a notch a little bit, give you some humbuckers singles. For that video, as usual, I'm running that Harley Benton Fusion 3 as well as the Rev D20 into the Harley Benton cab with Celestion Creamback 75. Here are some sounds. All right, so as I said, quite a typical Orange sound, a typical Orange frequency response, and just all the flexibility you can possibly dream of on the gain control, on the depth control. Don't ask why. So yeah, going from super slight, like barely overdriven sounds, or you see with the single coils, it became like very bright and barely distorting, and that was still like not on zero. You could take it downer than that, but that said, yeah, super impressed by that pedal. I didn't know what to expect from Orange. They're not known for that pedals essentially, but this one's really cool. On to the Phaser. So the phases. I don't have enough experience on phasers to be able to pick up like really fine distinctions between that pedal and that pedal and that pedal. That being said, here's my 2 cents still, anyways, that's why I'm here. This one strikes me as maybe a little bit more choppy, a little bit more pronounced in the way that it ramps up and down. So maybe not your sort of as discreet, I would say, like a phaser that you just add on for like a cool washy thing during a solo or something, but this is very much the type of phaser that would participate into creating a riff more than just adding it onto something. And that's my feeling with most effects that are quite pronounced like this, is you have to build your riff and your playing around the effect rather than just like sprinkling some of the effect onto your playing. That's my take on it. That being said, super easy to use. That thing could withstand a nuclear explosion, very probably. So cool pedal. Let's check out the last one, and that's the sustain pedal. The sustain is the third pedal made by Orange that came out with that batch. It is a compressor, more particularly I think an opto compressor. So optical means it works with a little light. And it's a compressor. So what it's going to do, if you're not familiar with that effect, is just going to boost the lows, take down the highs, and sort of level out your audio signal to make sure that everything comes out nice and even. That's really useful if you're playing a lot of like chicken picking, or going from finger picking to using a pick, or just if you want kind of a smoother, maybe a bit creamier type of clean sound, the compressor will do a really good job at it. Now, just before I had it in a pretty extreme setting, and that almost just acted as a compressor to the point of boosting, like it was really clipping the signal quite drastically, and that was a really fun effect as well. Not as practical if you want to turn it off and on, because that was like a 20 dB boost, but in isolation, pretty cool. We've got it back at more moderate setting. Phil's there, and I'm going to start playing, and he's going to turn the compressor on and off so that you guys can hear the difference in terms of how chewy compressors are chewy that one is. So that's a pretty cool compressor. I think it's not too upfront, contrary to what I've said about the phaser mostly. This one can be dialed in fairly transparently enough. It's a very usable compressor, very musical compressor. You're not losing any sort of... you are losing dynamics, that's the whole point of the pedal, but not in an annoying or frustrating way as a player. Like, it just makes the sound just even and nice and enjoyable. So well done on the sustain, Orange. So that's it, that's our 3 pedals for the day. I hope that gave you guys a bit of an insight as to what you can expect from these. Let me know if any of those 3 pedals are you're interested in. They'll be linked in the description box down below if you want more specs, prices, all of that good stuff, so go check them out. Let me know in the comments which one you'd like to try and in which context you'd like to try it in, so that, you know, if Chris and I do a live stream, we have the pedals hanging around, we can probably try it in like a different context, different guitar, different amp. Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe if you don't want to miss out any future lives or videos and all that. Like this video if you did, and I'll see you very, very soon. Take care. Bye.